Reality check. Drake is not your competition. Taylor Swift and Rihanna isn't who you should be trying to make music like. The biggest mistake that I see artists make as they're building their careers is that they're comparing themselves and they think they're competing with the largest superstars in the world. I'm not gonna tell you don't think big and don't go after your dreams, but the reality is that not everybody is meant to be rich and famous. We all have different paths in life, and the things that made Drake Drake are a lot of variables that he actually didn't control. There was a lot of timing, there was a lot of luck, there was a lot of connections and relationships built. So don't get sucked into this vortex of trying to be some superstar and trying to be somebody on this massive platform. And the reality is most of you, 99% of you who are watching, will probably never be bigger than Drake or Taylor Swift or Rihanna or whoever you're looking at and aspiring towards becoming and thinking that you're competing with. Am I saying that you shouldn't make the very best music that you can make? That's not what I'm saying at all. Be creative, be excellent, put in the work, 100%, do those things. But at the same time, be self-aware, know the value that you may present to the marketplace of music, and be sober as you're trying to build a music career. So don't buy into this fairy tale of the music industry where everybody who makes it has this Cinderella story where they start out broke and then a major label comes along and they signs them and they become rich and famous. There's so many people on major labels that'll never become famous. There's so many people that are famous that are broke. And this is what this mindset of I'm gonna be super competitive, I'm going to compete with the biggest stars, I'm gonna be the biggest superstar on the face of the world. That's what I'm meant to be, because usually one of two things happen. One, you actually develop your skill level, or you think you do. You become delusionally confident. You start to think that you're better than your favorite artist, and you kind of get jaded and you get frustrated. The second is that you can grow in despair and depression. When you start realizing that maybe you'll never be as big as you think you should be, you'll get depressed, you'll get discouraged, and then reality sets in and they realize, I probably won't ever, quote unquote, make it. Probably won't ever be as big as Drake. I won't be as big as Rihanna. I won't be as big as whoever, fill in the blank to whoever artist you're trying to aspire to become like. And you see a lot of artists getting depressed, they stop making music, they're just sad and despair sets in. So what I'm not saying is not to dream big and not to think big. Man, aspire for those things, but also have a grounds on reality, because you don't want to be delusionally confident about your abilities and about who you are as an artist, and you also don't want to fall into despair when reality sets in that, man, it's such a small percentage of people that get to that level. I did an interview with my buddy Merge, and he talked about how so much of music is subjective and so much of music is taste-based, and it's not as objective as, say, sports, right? Where they play basketball and there's a winner and there's a loser, and you can't deny that music is much more subjective, it's much more taste-based, it's aesthetics-based, it's timing, it's relevance, it's cosigns, it's the right look, the right brand, the right stylist. I don't want you guys that rock with me personally, that maybe you're aspiring, I don't want you guys to fall into this delusional confidence, and I also don't want you to fall into despair, because that's no way to live your life. But I believe there's a third option. I believe there's a third option. If I'm a new artist and I'm an aspiring emerging artist, I'm not thinking about millions of fans. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about 1,000 super fans. I'm thinking about my micro tribe. Here's the deal, man. This is probably the dopest time to make music ever. Yes, it's oversaturated. Yes, everybody raps or sings. Yes, there's a lot of junk and just whack stuff out there. All of that is true. But there's so many more revenue streams now. You can get paid from streaming, you can get paid from sales, you can get paid for selling merchandise, you can get paid from creating a live experience and selling tickets to your shows. You can get paid through so many different ways, licensing your music. There's so many different ways you can generate income for yourself as an artist right now that you can actually make a comfortable living for yourself. And here's the deal, they've done studies on this thing. What they found out is that after an income of $72,000 a year, that actually doesn't increase your happiness very much. After the second car, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. After having a comfortable space and roof and food and shelter, and that threshold is about $72,000 a year, more money doesn't make you more happy. So what's the solution? The micro tribe. Out of all these different ways to make money and make revenue, merchandising, shows, royalties, streaming, the one that's most intriguing that I've recently discovered is a service called Patreon. Patreon is basically a website where you can get your core fans to give you money every month, $5, $1, $10, $20, and they're essentially crowdsourcing you, but it's a recurring thing. It's a subscription-based thing, and in exchange they get songs or t-shirt or VIP access or whatever. One of my best friends, Belief, is doing it right now for Belief in Fatherhood, and I was kind of poking around on the website, and I discovered this artist. His name's William McCarthy. This artist only has about 800 likes on his Facebook page, but he's converted over 400 of those people to be Patreons. So that means that he's converted almost half of his audience to support him directly through Patreon. And at one point I checked his Patreon and he was taking home $3,700 a month, every single month, through subscribers and people giving him money to make music. This guy is not super famous. This guy is not rich. This guy is not a celebrity. But you know what? You think he's happy bringing home almost $4,000 a month doing his art? Right? And that's just off of Patreon. He probably is getting some checks from iTunes and Apple Music and all, you know, streaming his music. He's probably also selling a little bit of merchandise. He's probably doing shows. You think he's happy? You think he's content? And he's avoiding all the drama that comes along with being some superstar and some celebrity. So what I would encourage you guys to do, don't get so wrapped up in trying to be some superstar. Find your 1,000 super fans. If you just focus on those 1,000, you figure out a way to monetize it. Maybe it's Patreon, maybe it's getting them to all buy an album and a t-shirt a year, coming to a show. And so the goal, get to a place where you're making a living off your art, because yes, that is possible. Despite what anybody's telling you, you can make a living off of your art, despite how oversaturated it is. I'm a living testament of that. I have tons of friends that are living testament of that, and we're all taking different paths. But get to a place of finding your 1,000 super fans, your hardcore. Man, these people have the same worldview. They like the same style of music. They like your personal taste and your personal aesthetic. Or maybe they're in a region. Maybe they're a tribe on the internet. Maybe you need to build with some other artists. But find those 1,000 core fans and build a relationship with them. To get 1,000 super fans doesn't mean you just have 1,000 followers. For your specific style of music, you may have to find 10,000 people to like your music and then convert 1,000 of them, or 20,000 people. I don't know what genre you do. I don't know what world you're in, but there's multiple ways to get to it. And so that's what I would be shooting for. That's what I would be working towards. If I'm a new artist, an independent artist, emerging artist, man, the bullseye should be 1,000 super fans. You're comfortable, you're happy, and you don't have to deal with the insanity of being a celebrity. You don't have to deal with a major label and being in debt to them. You can build and write your own way and play by your own rules. And so don't underestimate the power of niche. If you do that, I think you're much more likely to become successful and not fall into delusional confidence or complete despair and depression, and actually make a living for yourself. And hey man, I'm all about building wealth. I'm all about having influence, but not everybody's gonna be rich and famous. I think everybody watching this video who's talented, who has work ethic, who has a vision and a plan, can make a comfortable living for themselves doing their art, if you're willing to put in the work and if you have a plan and you're willing to go execute. So man, hopefully you guys found this video interesting. If you did, do me a solid, hit the subscribe link, share it, and leave a comment. Here's what I want to know. Where are you in the process of finding your 1,000 super fans? Are you just starting out? Do you have 100 fans that have bought your music or purchased your merchandise? You know, you haven't even started, you haven't even put out any content. Where are you at in this process of trying to find your 1,000 super fans? Leave me a comment below. It'll help me better understand who I'm speaking to so that I can provide better content for you. Appreciate you guys. Peace. What's that? Just cause it failed doesn't mean it didn't work. What's that? Just cause it failed doesn't mean it didn't. Sun up, sun down, run up, run down. Pushing myself to the limit, this is no longer fun now. While other kids are getting shot and getting stabbed and getting robbed and getting gunned down, I'm on now. Confession. I used to think I'd be a superstar, a pop icon, a rap